Am I the only one who was extremely disappointed in the ending and what the ending may lead to? I just saw Squid Games season 3, the final season in this series, where we pick up where we left off from season 2, following Song after his plan to break out failed. This review will contain spoilers. As much as I enjoyed the last two seasons, I am happy it's ending because I do notice a decline in quality and the story the longer it goes on. That's not to say it's not entertaining or captivating. My eyes were glued to the screen the whole time. It's easy to binge because it's well made and well paced, but I did enjoy this less compared to season 1. Season 1 was pretty simple, yet had a lot to offer. It was just a bunch of people trying to make money and survive each round. In this season, there's a lot going on. A lot of different subplots. I didn't mind the police officer trying to track down the island, but I didn't care for the subplot involving the woman trying to save the dad with the sick kid back at home. I never grew to like her or care about her or her backstory. She was actually very irritating, and I was actually rooting for Black Mask to take her down. As for the police officer from season 1 and 2 and trying to track down the island, it took so long for him to find it that when he finally did, everything was over and done with, and it was all for nothing. I honestly kind of forgot about his character because so much other stuff was going on. Like, he was kind of a non-factor. Like, his only sole purpose for this whole show was just so someone would take care of the baby at the end. Like, that's it. As for the games, this was really the only part of the show I was invested in, which is not really a good thing. Like, a show like this benefits from not just the games, but also the characters and the story itself. So the fact that I was always looking forward to the next game, like I kind of wanted it to hurry up and get to the next one, is not a good sign. It just shows that, again, the story has taken kind of a downfall. There were a few scenes where the outcome was predictable, which was upsetting because the show never had that problem. It always kept me on my toes. Like, anytime I thought something would happen, the complete opposite would happen, and that just made the show even better. Episode 2, the contestants are playing hide and go seek, and again, I'm enjoying this, but there did come a point where I felt like it was going on for a little too long, and I kind of wanted it to, like, wrap it up because it just felt repetitive after a certain point. And call me insensitive, but I don't like weak characters like this. I feel like the way they're written, they don't contribute either intellectually or physically. All they do is slow down the group, and someone else has to do all the work and save the day, and then the person who does all the work ends up getting the short end of the stick. That's just a pet peeve of mine. And this also has to be the worst CGI baby I've ever seen. And because of that, it was difficult for me to be emotionally attached to this baby. I never felt the baby was in danger because it wasn't actually there, and it was very obvious that it wasn't actually there. It didn't look like a real baby. It never opened its eyes. Its movements were very robotic. It just was shocking to see that because, in my opinion, this is a very high caliber show. It's surprising that this made it to the final cut. And I also never felt any emotional heaviness for the mother and her situation the way I think I was meant to feel. Like, I just did not care about this character. I was very indifferent when she finally got eliminated. I just did not care one bit whatsoever. There was a couple of other moments where the CGI or green screen wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't that big of a deal. But I just was just shocked at how obvious green screen or CGI the show had compared to the first two shows, because the first two shows looked very realistic. Like, it never felt like certain things weren't actually there. So that kind of did take me out of the show a little bit, but I still enjoyed it for what it was. This character, in my opinion, was completely wasted. Is it me, or did this guy have the absolute perfect creepy villain look? I loved his face. When I first saw him in season 2, I got excited. I was ready to see what this guy was gonna bring. He does a good job with what he's supposed to do, but I was hoping for a lot more. I was hoping he would be the Chang Duk-soo of season 2 and 3. I hope I pronounced that right. But instead, they just made him a speedhead. Like, why would you cast someone like this and not do more with his look? And plus, he's very talented. Like, he could have done so much more. And I know I'm doing a lot of complaining, but I did generally enjoy the season, just not as much as season 1. My favorite game was Jump Rope. That was actually scary. Like, that was like the best scene out of all the episodes. Now, as for the ending with Kate Blanchett, I really hope this doesn't lead to a spin-off show in the United States, because just from looking at Kate, she looked awful and it looked corny and it was very, I know people are gonna roll my eyes when I say this, but it was very like woke and DEI, and I just did not like it at all. Like, not everything needs to have a gender swap to it. Sometimes it just does not work. It doesn't look intimidating, it just looks forced, and I just hated it so much. And I can already tell if they make an American version of the show, it's going to suck so bad. Like, ill. Like it made my skin crawl at how corny the spin-off is going to be once it's released. Like, I would be very shocked if it actually turned out to be good. Hopefully Kate Blanchett is not in it, because I just never liked her and she just looks terrible. And I give this season a 7 out of 10, and I do recommend